Hello, everybody. Welcome to another beautiful Saturday in Las Vegas. I am Aaron Phillips, host of Aaron's Hour with Aaron Phillips, which is a good coincidence because if I wasn't Aaron Phillips, the title would not make sense. Thank you for tuning in. We greatly appreciate it. Man, have I got a show for you. You're not going to want to miss it. You might want to turn down the brightness because between my jacket and one of my guests' jacket, we may blow up the Excalibur. Joining me here at the head table before we get into some other business, of course, one of our longtime favorite guests and fans that people love to see, Miss Mystic Mona's back with us.
Hello.
How are you, darling?
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you.
Happy New Year.
Yes, Happy New Year to you as well. And the other guy on the other end is not my doppelganger because I wear glasses. He does not. He is more musically talented than I ever thought I could ever be, even in the shower. That is Mr. Kyle Martin. Kyle, good to see you, sir.
Good to see you.
Happy New Year to everybody.
Same
Appreciate you guys taking some time with me this Saturday. Lots gone on, man. Lots gone on since I've last seen you. But of course, before we get into that, you know what I like to do? I like to share some headline news.
Oh, we can't wait.
That's my sound of a teletype. Hi there.
We move this over.
Do we need to move this over?
Yeah,
All right, we have some
you have to
set
see
design
You have
here.
to see my cat picture.
All right. We'll check it out. We'll see what
Yes.
the producer says. Meantime, I look like I'm in a tanning booth. But anyway, okay, so one of the things we like to share is we love visitors that come to Vegas or anybody that wins jackpots.
Right.
Now, of course, getting a mini reading from Mona or seeing Kyle do his thing, that's winnings, but nothing really tangible, right? Like money. Money's tangible, with no due respect to either of your talents there, of course. We're redesigning the set here, folks, so it's okay. So here you go. Oh, look, first of all, do you guys gamble at all, even just a little bit?
Oh, yeah. I like buffaloes.
You like buffaloes? What do you-
Buffalo.
I really don't. Not a lot. No.
To me, Pie Gow has got to be one of the hardest games to win.
I heard about that.
Wow.
Local, but a local winner. You ready for this? They hit a Pie Gow progressive jackpot for nearly $6.5 million at the Flamingo. Then that was last Sunday. So it was at 10 a.m. on a Sunday. Nice and early. You could have gone and still bet football games.
And they tipped at 65 bucks.
Did they really? And it was a nice tip. We'll just leave it at that. 65 G's. God bless them.
Yeah.
Wow.
Let's see. The check was made out to Thomas Evan Zanat, even though he didn't want to have a picture taken. So good luck trying to find who this person is.
Address.
But yeah, that's right. As they say in the wrestling business, from parts unknown. Anyway, so congratulations. I like when everybody wins, but when the local wins, just kind of makes it a little extra special, right? Now, a guest hit on a video poker machine
Look at that.
for $200,000 at where was it? At Caesars. They were playing a video poker machine last Saturday. The winning hand, they were playing the Triple H bonus poker when they received the winning hand of 4 2s and a 3. So there you go. That's $200,000. They were betting on. Let's see if I'm reading it. They were betting on the $100 action.
That's $500 a hand.
Yes, it is. And they bet max there. There's a picture of it. Yeah, I don't know if you can see it, how well you'll be able to see it, but that is 4 2s and a tree, as they say from where I come from.
Twos and a kicker.
That's exactly right. Hey, listen, I won $318 at the airport a couple of Fridays ago. I thought I hit it big because nobody wins at the airport.
What were you playing?
Just a slot machine, the 5-line digital slot machine.
Yeah.
I was waiting for a friend to come in. I went into the airport. $10. One of those machines winked at me and said, "Hey, fella, come over here."
Yeah.
Put $10.
I've won no more than $2, and that was on not even something I won real money on. So those are like one of those like family video games.
That's right. There you go. See, but everybody's a winner, though.
Yeah, that is.
Even if you don't win money, but you break even, folks, let me tell you, that's a win. A push is a win in this town, okay? You don't feel bad. So, hey, Patrick, good to see you out there. Thank you for your kind words. Here we go with another great show. Thank you, Patrick. So, so I put $10 in, a couple of spins, and I was playing 25 cents. I don't go beyond anything.
Yeah.
I'll play $1 from on the, what do they call it? The money wheel one, where you can win.
Wheel of Fortune.
The Wheel of Fortune one and all of that. Mega Bucks. Is that Mega Millions, Mega something? I don't know. And by the way, we found out this morning, did you guys play the big Mega Bucks jackpot? That's $1 billion or something?
Oh, yeah. No.
Yeah.
Wasn't it Matt from Thoughts Kind of Anywhere is still hanging out in the studio because he has no place to go. Did you say it was from Maine? Was the winner?
Lebanon,
right? Maine.
Lebanon, Maine.
Wow.
Gee.
Lebanon, Maine. God bless
I have
them.
relatives that live in Maine.
Exactly. How much did you win? $1 billion. So I put in and spin it. All of a sudden, the thing's going off, and I'm thinking it's going to stop after 10 or 20. The thing keeps going and going and going. And I'm watching. Finally, stop at like 1,600, and I pull out my phone out, even though the answer was right there. I'm doing the multiplication. This is my multiplication match with the screen set.
Yeah.
$318. I said, thank you. You just paid for my parking, and with my daughter coming in, at least a dinner.
Yes.
Anyway.
Yes.
Now, here's some bad news, unfortunately. Of course, with all the medical issues and people, one of the hospitals here in town, 970 employees are being laid off at one of the hospitals here in town. Desert Springs Hospital will be facing that. Some of them have already started getting their notifications, the pink slips, unfortunately. I mean, 970 employees at a hospital, that's really going to hamper the medical care that our town is going to receive, for sure. Because Desert Springs, I mean, that's like right in the heart of our city. That's essentially a located hospital.
Yeah.
So hopefully something will get better there. And we want to hope everybody, can find something somewhere to make up for that and still help our communities.
I'm hoping that most of those employees find a better work opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And they probably will.
Well,
They'll just go to a different healthcare system.
Yeah. Let's hope so. Let's hope it's good. That's 1,000 people.
That's crazy.
And let's hope that things will get better. Like you said, one door closes, another opportunity happens. Patrick says, hello, House of R. Hal is not on this show, Patrick. So I don't know what you're watching there. That's Kyle. That's Mona, and I'm Aaron. We don't have a Hal here yet. We do. Actually, Hal was supposed to be with us last week with Frank Pizarro. Unfortunately, Hal had a last-minute family emergency, and he will be rescheduled to join us. Now, because you do music,
yes.
Do you do any Beatles stuff?
I've tried. I don't do the McCartney very well.
Okay.
But I can do George. Hello.
Hello. You do George. How about Ringo? Do you do anything with Ringo?
Ringo. No.
No.
But we do a reference in the show to the Beatles, so you got to come to the show to find out.
There you go. Well, I'm kind of jumping the shark because Mr. Ringo Starr is going to be on the road. And he's got 3 shows slated to come here to Las Vegas next May. I think that's right around Memorial Day weekend. May 24th, 26th, and 27th at the Venetian Theater.
This is a reschedule, right?
I believe so.
Is this his all-star band? Because that was kick butt.
Ringo Starr. Yes, Ringo Starr is also. He's going to be
so good.
California. He's going to be in Phoenix. He's going to be in Temecula, Phoenix, and I'll just rattle off the cities.
Great show.
San Diego, Eugene, Oregon, Bend, Oregon, Seattle, Denver, Colorado Springs, Lincoln, Cali, San Francisco, Salt Lake, LA, Paso Robles, and isn't that a dance? And San Jose.
Lived in Lincoln, Cali myself.
Did you really?
I did.
What are they famous for?
Thunder Valley Casino and pottery.
Pottery.
Yeah, Gladding McBean. They have a big old pottery plant there. So all those things that you make, where you get potted plants or all that pottery stuff, that's all them.
Really?
Yep.
Did you ever take a class? They teach classes there to do that?
Probably order an urn.
Yeah, I've taken a few tours there.
Have you?
Yeah.
Order an urn there?
Yeah.
Can order your future resting spot.
There you go.
There you go.
And they have a Red Robin there too. So
Red Robin. Anyway, so Ringo Starr's coming out that time. So mark your calendars. I'm sure ticket information. Just go to Venetian.com, I guess, and you can get some more ticket information. Along with that, Kyle, you do a show somewhere in town. Why don't we give a pop for that as long as we're talking about shows? We'll talk more in detail later, but it's a great segue.
It's Piano Man. So I am the Vegas Piano Man. I do it's at the V Theater in near Planet Hollywood, and it's Thursdays through Mondays, 6:30 p.m. We do Billy Joel, Elton John, an all-star cast of musicians out there, and a dancer that just knocks your socks off. So we have a lot of fun. Everybody that comes out, they love the show. So, and
we'll talk more about that a little later on. What I'd like to do is I'm giving our producer a little heads up here. We're going to take a break a few minutes early because we actually have someone in studio who saw my promo post about you coming on today and has come all the way from the other side of the street. No, I mean the other side of the city to come in and have a mini reading, which you're so kind to offer when you're on the show.
The other side.
Exactly. And then maybe then Kyle will roll the dice and get his cards read. Who knows? Anyway, with that though, Mona's going to get ready. We'll have our guest come up here momentarily. With that, I want to thank you for tuning in to Aaron's Hour here on the Worldwide Digital Broadcasting Network, coming to you live from the heart of Las Vegas, Nevada. I am Aaron Phillips.
I'm Miss Murder, and I have a question for you. Have you ever explored the beauty in horror? I'm Mercedes M. Yardley, known as Miss Murder. I'm a dark fantasist who wears poisonous flowers in my hair. Among my many titles, I'm the author of the Stabby award-winning book titled Apocalyptic Montessa and Nuclear Lulu, A Tale of Atomic Love, as well as winning the prestigious Bram Stoker Award for my novella, Little Dead Red. My short story, Loving You Darkly, also received a Bram Stoker nomination. Check out all of my titles at www.mercedesmyardley.com, where I remind you that all things are dark.
Hi, I'm George Miklos.
Hi, I'm Rick Upchurch.
Hi, I'm Aaron Phillips, and we are
The Round Table.
Check us out
Thursdays at 4 p.m. Pacific Time Live.
on Facebook page as well as WWDBTV. Hey, everybody, welcome back to Aaron Zauer. Thank you for joining us. By the way, special shout out to all of you who are on the Android app. Android phone listening to the Worldwide Digital Broadcasting mobile app. We thank you for that. And by the way, if you missed the show, download the WWDBTV channel on Roku or on YouTube, and you can catch the show if you missed anything. With that, joining us here up front at the table is our guest, Rhonda, and she's come all the way from where? Savannah, Georgia? I'm bad with geography. So did you see our post to know that Mona was coming in?
I did see the post on WWDBTV.
Good job.
It's not easy to say, is it?
No.
Not easy to say.
Tongue twister.
I was going to say, you think the owner would have an easier name. Wouldn't you think?
Red
Jeez
leather,
Louise.
yellow leather.
Exactly. So I do know that you have been wanting when Mona has come on the shows and has been in the studio
Yes,
that you
I
were hoping.
keep
So,
missing her.
well, now we made it happen. So,
Yay.
Mona, I'm going to turn it over to you so
Okay.
that Rhonda can have her cards.
All right, Rhonda, with your left hand, I want you to just pull out 5 cards and leave them face down. Just 5 cards.
And we do have an overhead camera now
Yes,
on, so
we're
everybody's able to
actually
see.
watching that right now. So people will see that the cards she's drawing are the ones that I'm going to take a look at.
My hands are there, but I'm not touching the cards. Being very deliberate, which I like. That.
That's okay.
No, that's so I've seen people just dive right in and pull 5 out quickly, and
But,
I
you
like
know,
that.
it's interesting because men do this more than women, where they'll take the top 5 cards or the last 5 cards, or the cards in the middle. They'll just, because they know they're already shuffled.
Right,
So, you know what I'm saying?
and they're easy to get to.
So, Rhonda, darling, you've been a bit of a procrastinator. This is you participating in what you want to have moving forward, but you can't expect someone to come in and rescue you. You actually have to take the first step. You can't have someone, charge up on their white horse and say, Rhonda, darling, I'll take you to bingo. No, that doesn't happen. Okay. What happens is you start participating, and then the angels are going to guide you toward a much more contented or happier life, because this is the pining for the fella. All right. This is it's like you're waiting for rescue. And what this is saying is that, no, that's not how it happens. It doesn't mean that there isn't a love interest in your life, but it's saying that you still have to have some activity that gives you a sense of joy and fun and connectivity to people.
Sure.
Without it relying on a man. Okay, I know that's really funny to say that. This is you making you a priority. This is you putting yourself in the spotlight. Now, I have to tell you, I think if we went back to when you were about 33, there's a story with you when you were about 33 that would make an amazing screenplay. So when I see this card that talks about putting you in the spotlight, it may be a story about you being in the spotlight. I'm watching the silliest thing on Apple TV right now, and it's about the 80s, and it's that era, and they focus in on certain groups, which it just shows you how much our thought process has changed since the 80s. Since like 40 years ago. So, but what this is saying is something happened around age 33 for you that would make an amazing screenplay, an amazing story. The other thing too is that you don't like talking about politics. You don't like political things. You avoid that like the plague.
Absolutely.
And here's the thing is that you have the politics card here. And the politics card means that if you can connect with a group and align with the person that you like the best in that group, then you will always be invited to that group. But you're spending way too much time by yourself.
Okay.
Do you have any questions?
No. I'm busy trying to remember what I was doing at 33.
Flash back to whatever year that was at some point. You don't have to do it now.
Right.
Math is hard.
Right.
But I'm just saying, flash back to when you were about 33, what year was that? Was that in the 60s? Was that in the 70s? The thing is that there was something that happened that was significant for you that shifted things for you. And it's that shift that I'd love to see you. I can talk.
Okay.
I would love for
It's not
you
easy,
to
is it?
explain or showcase what happened about that time for you. So that's what I keep getting.
Okay.
So,
All right.
Rhonda, the one question I like to ask everybody that has a mini reading on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being like, no, she's like up in the Mars with this reading, or 10, she's right on. Give me a scale of 1 to 10 where you think the information was for you.
Oh, as far as this reading
Mhm.
right now, I would put her at a 9.5.
Okay, there you go.
That's pretty good. That's
All
pretty
right.
strong.
Well, thank you so much.
All right. Thank you, Rhonda. Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you for coming
having
down.
me.
Absolutely. Thank you. That's,
Thanks,
you know what?
Rhonda. Thanks for
I
making
want
a
to hear
special
about
trip.
that 33.
I know.
No, I'm interested in that now.
Did you guys see my T-shirt?
Yeah.
It's a cat.
Yes.
Is that the coolest
Cat
cat?
with the mouse on its head.
Yeah, well, you don't see the mouse so much on camera, but you see the cat.
Yeah, the green eye. Is that green eye? Yeah,
Yeah.
it's green eyes on the
Like
cat.
one of my faves.
It's like Tom and Jerry. You mentioned the year of 33 and I'm in my head, I'm thinking, I'm trying to do the subtraction in my own head
Yeah,
for
yeah.
myself. It's like
Right.
we're at
Yeah.
33 minus didn't work out very well.
Yeah.
But that's interesting. I'm sure that I'd be curious to follow up with Rhonda at some point to see what that
Yeah,
connection was.
I would just, if she could pull out, some old records and just look at that, something, but it was when she was about 33 that there was a turning point for her.
Okay.
That's what I get. So
Cool.
Yeah.
Excellent. If you are interested in getting a quick mini reading here today, unfortunately, we're having some phone issues. However, if somebody puts in,
you could text it.
I was just going to say, if you want to put a message in the chat room, yes?
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
God,
Put
yes.
your name, and if you'd like a mini reading, please do so. I've got the chat room up right here.
Yeah.
We are seeing it on the screen in front of us. I would like to call it a teleprompter now.
Yeah.
And we can see if you are interested. Just put your name in there that you are interested, and then Mr. Mona will give you the instructions of what needs to be done.
Right.
And I want to let our audience know we're not ignoring Kyle. We're trying to focus a little more time on Mona. She does have an appointment that
Sorry.
she has to get to. So I want to
Busy
listen.
girl.
That's all right. We got it. So I want to make sure we have enough time for Mona. Do you want to roll the dice with a little information while
Well,
you're
there's
at that?
no
Oh,
dice
my.
here. They're cards.
Well, yeah, that's.
I do have a dice app called Dice Wisdom.
Do you really?
Yeah. So if you go dicewisdom.com, you can download my app for a couple dollars and you can ask questions right on your phone.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's dicewisdom.com and it's for iPhone and Android. It's $2.
I got it.
You got it?
John, you're a keeper, man. You got it way back then.
Way back then.
Way back then.
Now, there's two things you always ask somebody about how they want their information delivered
Right.
or what they want to know,
Right.
right?
So do you want me to tell you what the cards want to tell you, or do you have a specific question, or do you just want kind of your highlights of the new year?
Ooh, let's do the highlights.
Okay.
Let's do
So
that.
I'm going to, because you're sitting right here,
Sure.
sneak on over
All right.
and then with your left hand, just draw me 5 cards and leave them face down.
And we're not talking highlights in the hair, by the way.
No, well,
I got mine
Oh,
done.
you
that's
did.
going to be a challenge for
Well,
me.
we can put in the goatee like mine.
There we go. Yeah, that's gray.
That's the gray highlight. You're watching Aaron's Hour with Aaron Phillips live here on the Worldwide Digital Broadcasting Network. We appreciate you tuning in as we're getting ready to see what the cards have to, what the cards are holding for Mr. Kyle.
See what's in the cards.
All
There you
right,
go.
Kyle.
All right.
There's okay, your power month in 2023 is July. Now I want to tell you about 2023. 2023 numerology adds up to a 7. So 2 + 2 + 3 is 7. 7 is the political number. You have the major number 7 card here in your reading as your power month. So if there was some sort of shift or new environs that you could find yourself in, I would shoot for July.
Interesting.
Now, it's what I keep getting for you is that I see you maybe not where you are now at the V Theater. I think that there's somebody else that hires you, that you are at the standing entertainment for happy hour at a specific restaurant that's probably on the Strip. So it could be, I don't know, it could be a trattoria. It could, whatever it is, I'm getting that your entertainment during cocktail hour between say 5 and 7, and that it's all to draw people in. And then if they come in, they get their first drink at happy hour, or it's a 2-for-1 kind of thing.
Okay.
So once they end up there, they're there. But that way you do this ongoing gig from say 5 to 7, and then you have anything from 8 on to do as convention entertainment, that sort of a thing. But I'm getting a ongoing income coming to you from this particular, it could be a casino place. Who knows? You could run into someone that you know from the Fountain Blue and say, we'd love to be your cocktail hour entertainment, because, there's a little bit of the old Vegas has to come back.
Sure.
And the old
Amen.
Vegas, all of the lounges had some form of entertainment,
Mhm.
but your breakthrough month in 2023 is July. All right. So these cards are talking about how hard you're working, but it doesn't feel like you're getting a lot of return. You have this card here where the last 3 years, you've still been doing the work. You're still recognized for the work, but it feels like 2 steps forward, 5 steps back. It doesn't feel like you're there yet. All right. This is other people jealous of the success you already have. And they're trying to jump onto your engine. They're trying to hook their caboose to your engine, and please don't commit to them because they don't have anything to offer you. And then this last card here is talking about be very thorough in any contracts you sign, especially between now and May. Okay. There's something between now and May that I don't want you to be impulsive at all. But these are all minor cards compared to this card. This is you working the political environment to your benefit. So, for example, I would love to see you at the Palms.
Ooh.
Think about it.
Yeah.
The Palms would be ideal because they're still trying to get their footing back since they reopened, in my opinion. So if you had your piano set up right smack in the middle of the casino from 5 to 7, and you offered them a deal, with the amount of money that these DJs make, and they're not even playing their own music.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying? It's it kind of blows my mind a little bit. But the nice thing about the Palms is it's not only, it's a good hybrid property. Brings in the tourists because it still has a little bit of the reputation of being kind of the savvy, sexy place to go. But it also brings in the locals. Well, it's the locals of a certain demographic that gamble. So my point would be maybe you're at the, right outside of the buffet from 5 to 7.
That's perfect. I like to eat.
Well, so part of your deal would be free buffet every night, but we don't play for food. We actually get a decent amount of money every week to show up, say, Tuesday through Saturday. Right?
Yeah.
Sunday, Monday off, Tuesday through Saturday. You're rocking, jamming, doing your thing, 5 to 7. But I would I would see if you could find out who the VP of entertainment is and send them a note.
Interesting. Okay.
Just say you would be the only casino property offering entertainment during happy hour. And maybe you offer, maybe everyone with a player's card gets, 50% off their drink.
Interesting.
I think the Palms or the Tuscany, those jump into my head really fast, but I like you at the Palms. Okay. Any questions?
That's good. Come see the show
Okay.
before July.
So same question to you, scale of 1 to 10.
She was pretty right on,
Okay.
actually. Yeah.
One thing I noticed, and I, first of all, that number, that's my birthday month. So I don't that has any connection. But what I noticed about these 4 cards here, there's a consistency in colors.
Yes, they're all work related.
Okay.
So in traditional tarot, this is the 3 of the wands, the 10 of wands, the 8 of wands, and the 5 of wands.
Okay.
Now these cards are better upright, and this one's better reversed. So in other words, work, especially these last 3 years, has been really challenging to you.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact that you've still been able to perform, you've still been able to do what you do, that's what's wonderful. This is saying that this year, 2023, is your breakthrough year. Your power month is July. So you could get this gig sooner than later. And, whatever your out is at the V Theater, Is it month to month? Is there a contract? Can you say, I'm going to get replacement players for me because I got a good gig. I got a really good gig. You see what I'm saying?
Sure.
So, this is saying you wouldn't have to rely on ticket sales to be paid. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
You wouldn't have to. You would be paid, and so you come up with a decent wage. I don't know. Let's say $2,000 a week.
Okay.
You come up with, and that's decent. Most
Sure.
people can live off that.
Right.
Right. I'm just saying.
Okay.
I can live off that, multiplying everything
That
out.
would help. Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
Very good.
There
I
you
just
go.
noticed that about the colors. That's why I was just
Well,
curious
no,
if there's
that's so funny because those are all work related. So
Okay.
in traditional tarot, that's the suit of wands.
Gotcha.
The funny thing is that when this card comes up this way, it's arrows of jealousy. When this card is coming up this way, there's not a total commitment to the work you're doing right now because it just feels like you're going through the motions. This is how hard you're working. So you're still showing up. 90% of success is showing up. So you're still showing up, but you don't think that your light shines. And according to this, it does. You just haven't, the right person hasn't seen it. And this is how hard the last 3 years have been. But this, I'm really thinking that all you have to do is send some sort of a demo. So next time you're playing, have somebody record it on their phone, 1 minute, a 1 minute demo of and have them do it a few times so you pick the best one.
Sure.
And then that 1 minute demo you send to whoever's in charge of entertainment at these various places, because I think you getting a gig is going to be fantastic. And of course, we're in convention season right now.
Right.
Why wouldn't we have something like that?
I know a studio that can come out and record for you. All right, we only have a couple more minutes because again, Mona I'm going to give her plenty of time to get out of here safely. So what do you have coming up? Give your contact information, and then while you're giving us that information, I'm going to toss it to either Matt, who's still here in the studio. If the owner of the studio would like to come up, if either one of them would like to have their cards read quickly,
sure, that's fine.
Before you take off from us.
So we're doing the second annual Pause for Mardi Gras. But I think you'll have me back before I do that. But it's a fundraiser for urban underdogs. And so what we do is we do some mini readings. There's raffles. There's fun little games that they do. And we try and raise a couple $1,000
We're
for
doing
them. That's going to be at Sierra Gold on Buffalo and Smoke Ranch.
Same as last time. I was there last time.
So the fabulous Aaron just stepped in and was the king of the MC for us for that evening. That was just lovely. But we raised almost a couple $1,000.
That's great.
It all goes to urban underdogs. So
and I know Cynthia, and I know them. I know them from when they started.
I know they're wonderful. Yep. And then my website is www.mona.vegas. That's my website.
There you go.
Yeah.
Urban Underdogs, they're an organization that goes out to the homeless community, and for those who are on the streets with animals, they go out and help those folks with animals.
The animals.
Just the animals.
Yeah.
So that's what they do.
So when you see a guy standing on the corner with his dog, you're like, oh my God, the dog. And you're compelled to give him like $10 or $20. Well, we're not sure if that goes to the dog, right? So urban underdogs make sure
absolutely
that there's food, vet care, there's spay neuter, that whole thing. So they're wonderful. Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to turn to either of our individuals here in the studio. Matt, would you like to come up for a reading, or
come
John?
on, Matt.
Come on, Matt.
Right, come up on this side. It's a little easier.
Why don't you go around, John? Grab the cordless from us so you come up with the mic. Those of you who may not be familiar with Matt Mullen, through this show, Matt and I co-host with Chief and a couple other folks, Thomas Burnett, on Thoughts Kind of Anywhere, the show right before this. And so we'll have Matt come up, and after you're done with Matt, we'll go to a break, and then this way you can head out safely to get to where you got to go.
Thank you, Aaron. Really great to
and we'll have
you guys.
Mona comes on at least once a month, so you'll be able to.
So
all right, Mr. Matt.
With your left hand, draw me 5 cards and leave them face down.
This is the exciting moment of this whole process. Makes for good radio, television. Let us know in the chat room.
That one.
Oh no, pick that one.
Definitely that one.
Don't be listening to John, man.
I'm not good at listening to producers.
So you're incredibly self-critical. Nobody can beat you up like you can, and nobody can hold a grudge like you can. You have a very long memory for people that have slighted you. That's what this says.
Been pretty petty today, so
that's okay. This card here is your 5-year plan. This is like taking a picture of an elephant from an inch away with a Polaroid camera. When you develop the film, it's going to be totally black. So that's how your card's coming up. So what it's saying is that the potential of your future is incredibly huge, but you're so close to what's going on right now that you're not seeing beyond it. Okay. There is a new beginning being presented to you, but that means you have to let go of what you've done so far. So this is a letting go of a lifestyle, an identity, work, something you've done up until now that no longer serves you. All right. And it's become a burden. So these two things go together. This is you letting go of something that's not working for you anymore. It feels like the door that used to fly wide open when you walked up to it is locked like 12 times to you right now. And so because of that, it's time for you to think of, well, what can I do from here? See, if I'd have gotten a hold of you, I don't know, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, I would have actually told you to learn how to be a sports agent, where you would negotiate the sporting people for contracts, for gigs, for events, that sort of thing. And as a matter of fact, you may actually go into the event business based on what you did in the past, where you create an event, you know, and then when you actually create the event, now people are opening doors for you again because you have the background and experience, you know what you're talking about. But we gotta stop. You got to stop beating yourself up. And one of the things I would do is for the next 6 weeks, I would do whatever I could to nourish my mind, body, and spirit. And you got to stop eating so much sugar.
It's a good idea.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
No more donuts for us on Saturdays.
Yeah,
Hey, Aaron, can you hand me one of those?
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah. It literally means that if you don't take care of yourself, nobody else will.
Yeah.
And so I'm actually giving you the direction of sort of something like a 6-week makeover for yourself, because I know that when you dedicate to anything, when you focus on something, you almost become compulsive about it, which I actually like in this case. So if you were to spend the next 6 weeks cutting out the sugar, the carbs, the alcohol, I know that's the fun part of life here, but if you would cut those out, you would probably lose 40 pounds in 6 weeks.
Wow.
And then you would feel more vibrant, more active, you know, more compelled to put yourself in the spotlight. So any
Challenge
questions?
accepted.
Any questions?
No.
Okay.
1 to 10. That's the, by the way, that one card was the dark match, the Mountain Dew dark match. Coming.
I didn't feel like an 11 out of 10. That sounded pretty spot on.
There you go. Well, excellent. You know, it's not like you don't know enough wrestlers that you can become an agent for.
Well, but see, you only need one.
That's true.
You only need
I
one.
need an agent.
Only need one to start.
He's like Jerry Maguire. He's like, show me the money.
That's
my
right.
God. I love that movie.
Absolutely.
That
All
is
right.
like the best movie.
With that, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to step aside early for break number 2 so that Mona can very easily and stress-free move on her
guys.
way. Stay tuned to my Facebook page the next time Mystic Mona will be on. And when we come back, Kyle will be with me. And guess what? I've actually convinced him to maybe sing a few things while he's here.
Woo!
So
Yay.
don't go anywhere. Aaron Zara will be right back.
Thank you, guys.
Are you looking for someone to provide training to your staff? Do you need a motivational speaker about how to handle change? Do you have an upcoming event that needs an MC to handle those responsibilities? Well, look no further than longtime Las Vegas radio personality Aaron Phillips. I am local to Las Vegas and I can blend my talents with any audience. For more information, please visit www.aaronphillipsvoice.com and book me for your next event or training needs.
We only have about 30
Okay,
seconds left.
I am
Oh,
connected.
we're back. Hi there.
No, we're going away again.
Oh, hi. Bye. Don't go. We'll be right back.
I'm Miss Murder, and I have a question for you. Have you ever explored the beauty in horror? I'm Mercedes M. Yardley, known as Miss Murder. I'm a dark fantasist who wears poisonous flowers in my hair. Among my many titles, I'm the author of the Stabby award-winning book titled Apocalyptic Montessa and Nuclear Lulu, A Tale of Atomic Love, as well as winning the prestigious Bram Stoker Award for my novella, Little Dead Red. My short story, Loving You Darkly, also received a Bram Stoker nomination. Check out all of my titles at www.mercedesmyardley.com, where I remind you that all things are dark, darling.
This is the story of one man's incredible journey from 350 to 200-pound weight loss and his mission to help and inspire others. Aaron Phillips. People are praising Aaron's new book with 5-star reviews. Aaron's various humorous and wildly entertaining stories portray his rise as a sports announcer, his encounters with exotic and irregular entertainers on the Las Vegas Strip through his long-running Vegas Unwrapped radio show, and his contagious and positive style of pursuing success. Call now or visit our website or Amazon now to get your copy of Let My Voice Speak to You, stories from a Hall of Fame radio personality. Order now.
Everybody, welcome back to Aaron's Hour. I'm Aaron Phillips, which is good because that's a name on the show. And if my name was Kyle Martin hosting Aaron's Hour, that would not really work very well.
That would be very odd.
Although, given a pair of glasses, he can fill in for me whenever I need it. All right. Hi there. So that was the reading was pretty good, huh?
That was very interesting. Yes.
You know what? Mona, I've yet really to have anybody who maybe goes like below a 9 with her reading of information. It's just crazy good. And what I love about what Mona does, number one, she's personable when she does it.
Sure. Yeah.
Number two, she just really tells you what you need to know.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a lot of these people you see, do what she does. Although let me say this, and I'm surprised she didn't. She is the only professionally licensed person to do what she does. A lot of these people that do what she does, they're not licensed by the city with the business license or anything, right?
There's 100 people.
Yeah, but you're the best one. You're the best one.
They're really good readers.
All right, but Mona's the only one I care about because Mona comes under this show.
That's right. That's right.
Anyway, so good stuff. Check her out online. Anyway, so good to see you, my friend.
Great to see you. Yes.
Things are going well since the pandemic's loosened everybody back up. You're doing well at the V.
Finally, yes. Things are going very well. We're starting to see some full houses, which is great.
Good.
The energy is very palpable.
How was it down there over the holidays?
Actually, it wasn't too bad.
Okay.
I mean, so a lot of times, with shows like ours, the slow times usually are December and January.
Mm-hmm.
And we've been seeing a lot of pickup actually. So which is the sign that the show's working, that the show, that a lot of things are working.
It's catching on.
It's catching on. It's catching on. And of course, we've gotten a lot of support from a lot of people here in Las Vegas. So I'll tell you, I've been in this town literally one thing that I was quite impressed with Mona was the fact that she said, the past 3 years, and that's how long we've been doing this show here. So yeah, it's been a roller coaster ride. That's for sure.
Of course.
But the one thing that I'm very excited about this particular show and what we do is we have a whole lot of fun on this thing.
Well, shows should be fun regardless, right?
Absolutely. And the audience is, the people in Las Vegas, you guys have supported us amazingly. And we always appreciate that.
Now you're also doing music though of two very iconic entertainers.
Yeah.
Whose music really transcends decades.
Yeah.
I mean, there's music out there that maybe was just 70s or 80s. You talk disco music. That really just played at that time.
Can you imagine me doing disco? Well,
in that jacket, yes. I was just going to say. You had the last disco ball from Studio 54.
Studio 54. That's right. That's right.
But but you talk about Billy Joel. You talk about Sir Elton John because he was knighted a few years back.
Also known as the Queen of England.
But
I'll be here all week.
That's all this in comedy too.
Is this thing on?
That's right. Wow, McFly. But seriously, I mean, who doesn't know the music of those two individuals? And I'm sorry, and I'm going to use a comparison to that. Bat Out of Hell, which we were talking about before the show. My daughter was the sound tech, and we all listen. I'm sure the people in this room know Meatloaf and know the majority of the music, but that's music that is almost a niche because when I went to see the show, there weren't 20-somethings there. They didn't know who Meatloaf was.
Right.
But mention Billy Joel, I guarantee you every age can pick up 5, 6, 7 titles.
Well, if you're 20 years old and you know Meatloaf, all you probably know is you do anything for love, you just won't do that.
That's right.
And we still are trying to figure out what that is.
Well, if you saw the show, they made it very clear. It was a little funny thing when they did that song on the show. Yes. But you're right though. I mean, and those are two classic songs that he did, but still the 20-somethings really don't know Meatloaf like they do Billy Joel and Elton John.
Right. Actually, with I love the fact that I'm doing music from the number 6 and the number 9 top selling artists of all time. And you guys can all figure out what number one is. And yes, it is the Beatles.
Right. The Beatles.
The Beatles. But yeah, number 6 and number 9. And you put those together. I have no idea what that number is, but
15.
15.
I was just going to say,
number 15. We
let's
just keep
save
going
the
down.
show.
This is awesome.
Let's save the show from 69. Shall we,
Thank
please?
you so
Yes,
much.
you're very
Thank
little.
you.
You're welcome. Very little.
Yeah, but these are two iconic artists.
Yes.
Both are great storytellers in their
Yes.
own right, but they also, I mean, the key of these people is just the energy that they bring
Sure.
on that stage.
Absolutely.
I got an opportunity. A really good friend of mine. She's a police officer here in town, and she invited me very last minute to go see Elton John.
Okay.
And when he was here in November,
Mhm.
and I was hoping that I was going to be able to see it, but by the time that the tickets were available, you know, they were all sold out. And then I thought I was going to have a show that night, and so turned out I didn't have a show that night.
And you didn't have tickets.
And then I didn't have tickets. So it was like 6 o'clock or whatever. I get this phone call from my
Sure.
friend, and she goes, "Hey, are you here?" And I go, "Where are you?" And she goes, "Are you at the Elton John concert?" I'm like, "No." And she's like, "What the?" You know, and she goes, "I've got VIP tickets. I've got
Wow.
an extra VIP ticket. I want you to come out." And she was so sweet. She's one of the nicest people here in town.
You want to give her a pop?
Absolutely. Mindy Lloyd, I love you. You are amazing.
Mindy, I'd love to love you too.
So she invited me out, and watching Elton in his environment and a lot of the things that he does, I caught on a lot more, and
Mhm.
it put things into context.
Right.
Whenever you see the actual artist that you're covering,
Mhm.
it puts everything into context. It just comes around full circle.
Well, it's like you're in school. You're in front of
Oh,
the
yeah.
master, the master
master
professor,
class, yeah.
as you're watching that.
Absolutely.
Now, and again, I'm going to get out there when my wife comes back from her cross-country drive right now with my
Yeah.
daughter, and they're listening to country music, and I'm so glad I'm not in
I'm
that car.
sorry.
But anyway, primarily you stick to Billy and Elton, yes?
Yes.
Have you ventured out into anybody else's music other than just those two? Do you feel you really need to, given the fact of whose music you're performing?
So, I mean, I can perform just about anything.
Okay.
I mean, so some Friday nights, Saturday nights, I go over to Don't Tell Mama, and I play
Oh, absolutely.
for all those people over there. And
Sure.
it's just such a fun environment. So I get a chance to play other people and sing other songs. I'm also an original artist too, so I'm in the process of doing a lot of songwriting
Okay.
and doing some original songs.
Right on. Do you ever do the dueling piano stuff with somebody?
I have done dueling pianos
Have you?
before. Yes, and
I think that's great
one
entertainment.
of the very first ones that I did was with a really close friend of mine out in Park City, Utah.
Okay.
And it was for a family law convention. So I was just afraid that, you know, if I screwed up, I was going to get sued. So it's like, hey, don't mess this up. Bro.
Hopefully you didn't. Yeah, really. Exactly. Watch our P's and Q's here.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely. No,
Yeah.
it's just interesting because what I love about the music that I grew up on, which is Billy Joel and Elton John and that ilk, is there's a message in every song.
There is.
You know, unfortunately, in my opinion, and at 58, people may think I'm old, but today's music really doesn't have messages. They do, but perhaps they're delivered in a way that most people don't find favorable.
That's right.
But when you sit and listen to a Billy Joel, Elton John, and anybody else from that time, the Beatles, their music, you got the message out. And I'm sure as a performer, even though you're playing music that is theirs,
Right.
when you perform it, I've got the feeling that what's important to you is not only the entertainment stuff, but getting the message out that's actually in that song based on the original intention. Yeah?
That's so funny. I was just talking about that with my girlfriend earlier.
Okay.
So it was
I wasn't in the
yeah.
room, I promise.
Yeah, I know you were.
Sorry.
No, she. So we were just talking about that, and you know, the funny thing is when I got started doing Billy Joel,
Mhm.
that's who I got started with doing. The music, it became dry,
Mhm.
and
In what way? In-
when you do songs over and over and over again,
Okay.
you're doing it. You're going through the motions.
Gotcha.
Mona. Yeah,
That's
I know she just said that. You're going through those motions, and you know they call us artists. We are suffering artists,
Mhm.
and you know eventually, if you have not had your time, you
Mhm.
will eventually,
Sure.
and that's that time where life happens. And so when life happens, then these words of these songs they come to life, and that's exactly what happened in my situation.
Mhm.
Life happened, and these songs came to life for me, and it breathed a whole new life to where, you know, that song "Innocent Man." I mean, that song really came to life. Scenes from an Italian Restaurant. I mean, that's one of my favorite songs to do. Summer Highland Falls and Shameless. Shameless was that one song that just, it cut so deep into my heart. And for those of you that don't know the song, you probably know it as a Garth Brooks song, but it is originally a Billy Joel song. So is what a fantastic time to really grow as an artist, but really understand how to deliver these songs in such a personal way.
Right. And again, delivered, but yet with your little twist as your own performer, still not losing the original intention.
Absolutely.
Now, go ahead.
Yeah, no, you go ahead.
Kyle was kind enough, because I put him on the spot the other day when we talked about maybe doing a song or two, and we don't have, he didn't bring his piano in because it would have never gotten in through the door.
Nope.
So he's been kind enough to offer doing some stuff a cappella. And so before we stop playing time on the show, but I want to make sure that we get something out. So let our audience know what you're going to do for us at this point. Let's do it.
Sure. All right. So I'll do one of my favorite songs from Billy, Summer Highland Falls. So it's a beautiful song. They say that these are not the best of times, but they're the only times I've ever known. And I believe there is a time for meditation in cathedrals of our own. Now I have seen that sad surrender in my lover's eyes, and I can only stand apart and sympathize, for we are always what our situations had us. It's either sadness or euphoria, and it's early in the morning for me.
I was going to say, I should have given the disclaimer.
Don't smoke.
That's a good, Most performers, when I ask them to sing at noontime, they're like, what? I just got out of bed an hour ago. But to his credit, but since he's got here, he's been walking around during breaks, kind of getting the voice. I keep looking for a motorboat coming by.
There you go. Yeah.
But no, listen, during the show, I have sat in studio with some great performers like yourself and many others, and to sit front and center and hear you sing like that, I get goosebumps, because it's the passion. I love working with people whose passion for what they do is as equal to the passion that I have for what I do.
Yeah.
And every performer that I've met that has come on has had that, some a little above others. And sitting here knowing your story after we've done this a few times, it's just great. I get goosebumps hearing you sing and perform in person like that.
There was a situation that happened about a week ago that it's the whole reason why we do music.
Sure.
And people always wonder, as a Vegas entertainer, do you commiserate with other entertainers in the area? And yes, we do.
Sure.
And when we do, it becomes magical.
Okay.
And so we went to go see my bass player and my lady and all that. We went to go see Freestyle Love Supreme.
Okay.
Over at the Venetian.
Right.
And so we went to see the show. And if you haven't seen it, it's a great show. It's kind of like Whose Line Is It Anyway for hip hop. So they take stuff from the audience and make it awesome. And so we got a chance to meet with them at the end of the show and talk with them for a bit. And they're going to come see my show and all that as well. And we went to hang out over at On the Record there over at Park MGM.
Okay.
Anderson .Paak was there that night. And then we all got together. We went to my bass player's home studio and we took about 3 or 4 hours and we just vibed. Music, recorded stuff. And I'll tell you that the musicians around this area, if you love tribute artists, realize that these tribute artists, they're also amazing original artists as well. And they really have so much creativity that they bring to the table. And when you put these people together, the synergy that happens, it is magical.
I was just going to say, magic happens.
Magic happens.
And you don't know what the end result is, because now that can lead to opportunities for you and those other individuals that you are performing with.
Absolutely.
And we always say around the studio here that when the mics are not on, you're on commercial break, some of the best conversations, funny wise, intensity, happen when the mic's not on, because you're not per se performing when the mic is on. So in what you just described is sort of the same thing. You're not on stage. The microphones are off for the public, but yet here you guys and gals were kind of relaxed in that environment, just doing your thing. And it ends up being probably some of the best stuff that at least collectively people could have done.
Absolutely. And this is why I got involved
Sure,
in music.
sure.
You don't get involved in music to make it a job. You get involved in
Right,
get involved in music because you love it,
Right.
and you'll suffer for it.
Right.
You'll sometimes you'll be decimated,
Right.
and then sometimes you just every musician hopes that they can make a name for
Sure,
themselves, that somehow
sure.
they can make a living of it, and I am
Right.
blessed that I
Yeah.
do make a living.
And everybody wants to carve out their niche, is kind of what
That's
what
right.
you're alluding to.
Yeah.
The thing is, and what you just talked about getting into the music a few minutes ago, about it kind of being more of just going through the motions.
Right.
There's songs that you do, I'm sure, out of both catalogs
Yeah.
that you look at it and say, oh, do I have to do this for the millionth time? But because it happens all the time. When I used to sell timeshare, I may loathe the presentation, but when I meet that new couple for the first time, they've never heard it before.
Right.
So I have to deliver it like I've never done it before.
Right.
So when you have that music, and whether it's someone for the first time coming to see your show or whatever it is, you have to put that out of your mind saying, oh, I really got to load this. But guess what? Uptown Girl, because they're hearing it for the first time from you.
Yeah.
And you have to get past that.
Right.
That within itself is a trick.
Well, it is. And you know what? Funny enough, I don't have a problem totally doing that with songs.
Right.
It's the jokes. Because sometimes I tell the same jokes night after night after night. I'm like, I hope people haven't seen this for the second, third time. So when people go into the meet and greet going, it's just the third time that I've seen you. I'm like, oh God, you heard the same joke. Oh God.
That could be tough.
that was funnier the third time you said it to me.
Because I caught it the last time. That's right. That's a good point. So the comedic lines that you throw in there, obviously some of them are prepped because they're at the moment.
Yeah.
But I would say the majority of what you probably interact with, and this is what I'm going to look forward to seeing when I see it, is your ad-libbing with the audience. Because I'm sure you interact with the live audience.
You have to match the energy. You have to match the
make it for them.
Yeah, exactly. If I see there's a kid in the crowd, I make sure a little
watch the language.
Watch the language. But if it's a full adult crowd, then I'll spice it up a little bit.
All right.
Well,
there you go. So I look forward to
out what spice means.
It's not one of
I might be shirtless.
No.
So. I don't know.
But I'll still have the jacket on.
I'll have the jacket on over.
Because that jacket will detract anything away.
Wearing shoes.
That's
yes.
right. Yeah. So, Billy went through his own issues not too long ago with his throat, if I'm not mistaken, where he had issues with his throat singing. Am I right in remembering that?
Well, I don't know necessarily about Billy Joel, but I will say that most singers do.
Yeah, at some point, right?
Most singers do at some point.
Because they sing at 12 o'clock in the afternoon.
That's right. Don't worry. I don't smoke.
Bruce Willis had, but
Bruce
I
Willis.
thought a singer had one recently too.
Yeah.
But thank you, John, for letting me know. So you did just want a Billy, right?
Yes.
But you got something for Elton to share with us?
Let's do Elton. All right. Blue jean baby and lady. I got little seamstress for the band.
Do you have the glasses too when you do Elton?
I do.
You should have brought them.
Yeah, I should have.
They have the boa too?
I'll just put this over.
That's right. Exactly.
Pretty eyes, Paris smile, you marry a music man. Ballerina, you must have seen her dancing in the sand. I forgot the words. Now she's in me, always with me. Tiny dancer in my hand.
It's terrific. I mean, just again, the emotion of just delivering a cappella without the band, and again, 12 o'clock in the afternoon, 1 o'clock.
Woo!
Are you singing tonight somewhere?
I am singing
where?
tonight.
Tell us where.
That's at the V Theater, playing near Planet Hollywood, 6:30.
Website information.
PianomanLV.com or PianomanTheShow.com. You can go to either one of those.
Now, you said you do original music too.
I do.
Do you have any of that on your website release? Is that available to people?
I do have a few songs of a very different time of my life that's available on. Now there is a different Kyle Martin out there. He does country music, so I don't know.
Don't be
confused. Don't be confused. I'm the very moody one.
Well, if you listen to those country songs, aren't they moody songs too?
I have no idea.
You've never listened to a country song?
No, I have.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, aren't they usually like dying dogs and horses and girlfriends running away?
It can be. So that's why I played in reverse. So because I try to get all that back.
Get it all out. The girl's coming back. The dog is living.
The house coming back. The dog's. Hey, look, Fido. But it's funny because the thing that I also do is I own actually another business that we do voice lessons and artist development
Okay.
online. So we strictly
For singers.
for singers,
Okay.
for and artist development and all that
Okay.
too. So we work with a lot of amazing people in the industry,
Okay.
and it's called VoiceWire,
Okay.
and it's thevoicewire.com. So don't forget the on there. So if especially for performers that are on the go, that's one thing.
Excellent. No, I like that. Of course, my name is The Voice, so hopefully we don't get mixed up.
The Voice.
That's right.
Yes.
If you ever need any voiceover work for any of your work, seriously, let me know, dude.
Thanks, man.
I'll be happy to do it.
I'm actually doing my very first, well, not very first, but a voiceover gig here
Really?
in the next few days.
Oh, good.
And you'll see another lady's going to be there with me. Her name is Sarah Leclerc.
Okay.
And she used to dance in my show over at the Mosaic.
And what's it for? What's the voiceover you're doing?
We honestly, we have yet to figure out exactly what that is.
We're going to do voices. We don't know. It could be
but the one
Daffy Duck.
Yeah, the
Could be-
one thing though about me and Sarah, when you put us together,
Okay.
it's hysterical.
Okay.
So the goal is to try to not laugh throughout the whole time. So she's like, "You better not make me laugh." I go, "I
Gotcha.
cannot make any guarantees."
That's kid, right?
Sorry.
Exactly. But you know what though? It's why one of the things people notice in the 17 years that I've been behind a microphone, I don't script shows. I don't, everything is off the cuff because I think
Sure.
that's what's human about our show, life and laughter and everything else. Even if you did a live performance, like you forgot the words of the song a few seconds ago, I'm sure if you are on the stage, for whatever the reason, you have a brain cramp and you forget a line of a song, I guarantee you probably make the most funniest thing happen out of that.
Usually, yeah.
That people go, that was even better than the actual song you were singing. You know what I'm saying?
It's kind of true, and it also makes you human.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
People I think are held on such rightfully or wrongfully. I think entertainers or people in the public eye are put on pedestals for the right and or wrong reason, and I think everybody forgets that when they're not on that pedestal, we're still human. You're still human. These performers, everybody that makes the billions of dollars, well, they can afford to be anything they want, I guess. But, when they go home, they still probably put on sweats and a t-shirt. Yeah. And we are human. And when we make mistakes like that, no matter how many times we practice, no matter how many times we do what we do, and we think we have it down pat, something's going to be there. A funny thought can pop in your head about something has nothing to do with what you're doing in the middle of a song and takes you off track just enough that you start laughing and go, sorry, folks, that was an inside joke. I can't share it with you. Right? You know what I'm saying? Anyway, and that's what I love about it. Performing is about that humanness. That's why with sports and the human element of sports, football, baseball, they're taking the human element out of that with umpires and referees. Yeah. I want the human element to stay there, and when mistakes are made, God bless. That's all we can ask for. We laugh at it.
Yeah, the human nature. I'm still waiting for National Enquirer to show up and take pictures of me in my sweats while I'm walking around. National Enquirer.
That's right.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, but I think even more so than the humanness that we do, I leave every time that I get onto a lesson, every time that I do a show or I leave my house for a show, I always tell myself I'm going to spread joy to people.
Absolutely.
And this is why you and I are in entertainment. We love bringing joy. I mean, I hope you're not hoping that people are crying right out there.
No crying.
Right?
No crying. If they're crying, it better be with tears of laughter.
Yeah, that's exactly
that's what I
right.
want.
But we bring people joy because we want them to escape the humdrum of their lives.
Absolutely.
A lot of times, people are going through a lot of things, and especially during this time, after the pandemic and all that. And when we can give them that little respite of, that life is actually fun, life is good. Hey, let's enjoy things. Let's have a bit of fun. And when I can do that for people, when you can do that for people, it makes their lives.
Absolutely. Absolutely. One of the things you mentioned the pandemic, and one of the things I'm most proud of. Hi, Jennifer, out in Hawaii, by the way. I see you in there. One of the things that I'm most proud of during the pandemic, when the world was shut down and Vegas was shut down and nobody was going anywhere, the Strip was a ghost town. You can walk right down the middle of the boulevard during that time.
Right.
But during that time, I still did my shows. Aaron's our twin brothers from different mothers at the time. Yeah. Thoughts Can Anywhere were still on the air. Why? Because I wanted to make sure that for that 1 hour a week, that people can escape the stuff that was going on, the pandemic and the news and everything else. And for all that time, I'm very proud of the fact that we continued to do what we needed to do to get people away from the stuff so they can laugh, they can hear an entertainer, sing a joke, whatever, to give some semblance of normalcy at that time. So I'm totally with you. Yeah, I do believe deep down, I'm an entertainer. I don't do what you do as entertainment. However, I believe what I do is entertaining because it gives people the opportunity to relax from what they're doing and focus on something else. Even if it's me bringing somebody on like you, we're entertaining them together because we're making each other laugh. And that's what we want to do for people out there. And that's what I love about it. All right. We're at the top of the hour, and I want to thank you again for coming in. And
Aaron,
I love having you on here, my friend.
Thank you so much.
You know, I'm looking for a doppelganger when I'm not able to do shows. I may need a guest host every once in a while, and you could give you a pair of glasses. Exactly. You want to put that on. Wait, where did everybody go? Where's the camera? I can't see without my.
Holy, you're blind.
I know I am.
Whoa.
But you know what? You look just like me. Come on, that's the funny part. Did he not? Did you see him with the glasses on? Holy crap. But oh, wow. Oh, there's everybody. Oh, Matt is still here. Hi, Matt. But anyway, no, seriously, it's a pleasure having you here. Anytime you want to come and you got something breaking, let me know. And I'd love to share it with everybody. We'll have you back on. And when I do get to see your show after my wife returns from a road trip, I want to be right in that front row so you can pick on my wife and I can laugh my ass off the rest of the way.
That'd be great.
Because she hates being picked on.
And have me back on in August. Let's see if Mona was right.
There you go.
So,
we have July.
in July.
After August.
July or August.
That's a promise. That's a guarantee. All right, everybody. Thank you for watching. Thank you, Kyle, for coming on. Mystic Mona, thank you very much. We hope you got to your appointment safe and sound. Listen, as always, we want to thank everybody for watching. Now, if you missed the show live, don't worry. Stay right here on my Facebook page. Go to the videos tab right there at the top. You can click on that. Go to WWDBTV on YouTube for the show. You can catch it there. And if you like watching Roku, download the WWDBTV Roku channel. Not only will you see Aaron's Hour, Thoughts Count Anywhere, the Debt Lifeline, the Round Table, and the Kiwanis Connects, but all the other great shows here at WWDBTV as well. So once again, thank you for watching. I have a show. Yep, Jennifer, I know you will. I have a show lined up for next week, but because I'm out of time, I can't take the time to pull it up. Just know I have a couple of guests set for next week. Read my Facebook page and you'll find out. As always, be kind to everybody. Why is that? We're all we have. And remember, just ask why. Thank you for watching. Have a great week, everybody. We'll see you next time on Aaron's Hour.